And now we have head coach of football, Mike Whalen. So you just won against Williams, and you have the Little 3 title.
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like to be the coach of Wesleyan?
It feels good. It feels good. We, that's always been a goal for us, and coming here 4 years ago, with a plan and knowing that we were going to go through a process of developing a program was what we expected. But honestly, I think that when I look at the overall picture of things, I somewhat think that this happened a little bit ahead of schedule. And what shocked me, I think, was I honestly felt that we would beat one of the Little 3 this year, either Williams or Amherst. And I was particularly pleased with the fact that in week 5 we were able to go up to Amherst and win that game up there, because that's a tough thing to do, to go up to someone else's homecoming and play a really good team and battle them for 4 quarters and win. So once we did that, I kind of felt like this was definitely within the realm of possibility, and that if we took it one game at a time and worked hard, that we would be in the position that we're in, and here we are, 7-0.
And 4 years ago, you were a coach of Williams. So what is that like to be on the opposite side of the field?
Well, it's not a big deal anymore. It was initially. The first year it was very, very strange to go up there and play them and basically coach against kids that I recruited. But now this is my team and he's got his team, and I like my team.
Well, that is very clear. And speaking of the series of events in the game, well, Williams was able to score and was, really trailing closely behind Wesleyan.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your mind at that moment?
Well, we talked about all week that the game was going to be a 60-minute game, that, it wasn't going to be, a game like we've had in the past where we were going to get way up at the beginning of the game and Williams was going to just, fold up their tents and go home. We knew that, whether or not we got up by 2 scores or down by 2 scores, that it was going to be a 60-minute game. And that's really been our approach for both the Williams and the Amherst game, and it's going to be our approach for Trinity this week. Is when you play really good teams, you have to expect that they're going to battle you. And these teams haven't won the number of games that they've won because they back down at any point. They're going to bring out your best, and you're going to bring out their best. And to do that, you've got to battle for a full 60 minutes. So, it didn't shock me that Williams came back. What did shock me a little bit was that we made some mistakes in the game that we really hadn't made in the first 6 weeks. And, that's bound to happen. You can't be perfect every week. Knowing that we made those mistakes, what I was most pleased with was the fact that when the game was on the line, we had guys step up. And, in previous games against, that caliber of competition, guys had opportunities to make big plays and didn't. And, Jake kind of understated his interception, but that was a big play in the game. And gave the ball back to us, and then offensively we were able to get a first down and then run out the clock. So, we did some things, very, very well to overcome that adversity that we kind of created on ourselves. And, hopefully that's going to, serve us well down the road.
And when, Williams is trailing very close behind you, the whole team kind of felt, scared or just nervous and panicked. How did you manage to keep everyone so focused and, prepared to take on this team?
Well, I don't think necessarily, anyone was scared, or, I think what it is, when something hasn't happened for 43 years, it's only human nature that you have doubt. And, like I said, I think that, we talked to our players all week about that, great players make big plays in big games. And Sebastian mentioned it, and, what he did on Saturday was making great plays. People oftentimes take for granted, the kicking game, and we don't. We spend a lot of time with it. Coach Mack does a great job with it, and And Sebastian, as a senior, takes it very, very seriously. And, he, again, for people that, maybe didn't watch the game, he made a kick, and then we had illegal procedure against us. So we had to go back 5 yards, and he had to make it again. That's not very easy to do. And he did that, and that's what you would expect out of a senior kicker, that someone that wants to be in that situation, and that's been a progression for Sebastian, because he's been our kicker for 4 years. Did he want to be in that situation necessarily as a freshman? Probably not. But now as a senior, he wants that opportunity. He wants to be in that position. And that's the difference of our program right now, is we got guys like Jake Bassani, we got guys like Ladarius True, we got guys like Sebastian who want to be in those big play opportunities. They want to have those opportunities now. And that's how you're going to win those games, is when you welcome that opportunity to make those kinds of plays.
And a lot of the players, you've seen grow, like Sebastian from his freshman year to his senior year. What is that like, seeing the progression in your players?
Well, it means two things. It means, number one, is that you have a really good coaching staff, which we do. We have a great staff that does a great job, and our kids get coached at the very highest level, and consequently they develop. But there has to be that level of commitment on their end, and we have a group of guys who football is very, very important to, and that's where it all starts. You have to have that level of commitment across the board. And our kids, we really focus on competition in practice. Our kids practice real fast. They compete real hard against each other. Not ever to put each other at risk in terms of injury, but just to challenge each other and make each other better. So the program's really progressed over 4 years, and now we're starting to see the results.
And looking forward to your game against Trinity, what do you want to make in terms of changes for the team?
We're not going to change a whole lot. We're going to do what we've been doing. And I think what I've talked to the guys about early in the week is really focusing on the moment and understanding that the opportunity that's presenting itself to us right now, and really paying attention to detail is going out and preparing this week in practice better than we have for the previous 7 weeks, and really focusing on this opportunity and making football even more of a priority this week, putting some other things, on the back burner this week just to get through this week. And I know our kids will do that because, they want to compete at the highest possible level on Saturday. And to do that, we've got to prepare really, really well, because you don't win 50 games at home like Trinity has by accident. That doesn't happen. They're a very good football team. They're the team that's really the measuring stick in our conference right now in terms of having the most success. So for us, we look at this as a great challenge to be able to go up there and play a great football team on their home turf where they've won 50 games in a row, to test ourselves, okay, and see if we're capable of getting to the level that we need to get to win that football game. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but we're excited about having the opportunity.
And I know I asked you this in the beginning, but how does it really feel to win the Little Three?
Well, I think it feels pretty good. I think it feels pretty good.
Having this flag behind you?
It sure does. It sure does. It hasn't been hanging in front of. It's never hung in front of Freeman Athletic Center for football. It's hung up in front of Freeman Athletic Center for other sports, because we have our tradition. So this flag we were supposed to go up today, but I delayed it so it can come on your show.
Well, thank you very much for that.
And now it will go up tomorrow morning. It'll be hung in front of Freeman Athletic Center, and this will be the first time in front of Freeman Athletic Center it will be hung for football, and we're really excited about that.
And so are we on West Pregame.
Good.
Thank you so much for coming out to the show tonight.
You're very welcome.